So good morning, my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is December the 24th. The time is now 11:11 a.m. Yes, 1111 again. Repeated numbers, guys. But today is going to be a beautiful Monday all day. And it's officially like the first day of my vacation. So I'm like highly excited, guys. But today's topic is going to be about we go through phases in life. Like sometimes when we're going through things, we are going through a phase, and that's just the reality of life. And I'm going to talk more about that right now. So, when I say in life we go through phases, like sometimes we just have, you know, a couple months or even a couple years of a phase that we might be going through at that point in time. But I feel like when we go through these phases, it helps us to build better character and see what works for us and what doesn't work for us. I went through a couple different phases growing up, and even people think that phases are just something that teenagers go through. That is so not true, guys. I'm here to tell you today that you can be an adult, 30s, 40s, 50s, and you will still be going through some type of phase in your life. And I think that we go through these phases. Everyone is different, but we go through these phases to see, like I said, what works for us and what doesn't work for us, to see what we like versus what we don't like, and honestly speaking, I went through a couple different phases. One phase I went through was I had a knack of hanging out with like the wrong crowds of people. I knew people I knew for sure just wasn't no good for me. They just love to do everything bad in the world, and I was down for it. I was like, yeah, this is living a life. And this is when I was probably like, I would say like 16 to like maybe 21, 22. I was just hanging out with people that I knew for sure that I was not supposed to be hanging out with, because it was just so much fun, being bad at times, especially when you're young like that and just naive and stuff. You're not thinking about the consequences of your actions. It's more like, yo, I'm living in the moment. I'm having fun. I'm 16, 17, 18. I think I'm grown. I'm feeling myself. And that's what I want to do. So me hanging out with the wrong crowd and stuff, it definitely put me in a tight spot once or twice. Thank God I was able to get out of these tight spots, unhurt or anything like that. But yeah, that's one of the phases I went through, and I was just like, yeah, it's cool doing bad things. I think that a lot of times when a child grows up and she has like somewhat of a sheltered life, like my mother allowed me to go out, have fun with people, hang out, live my life, but she just didn't want me doing things that obviously a parent would not want their child to do, especially me being the only girl. Like, of course, she was on top of certain things. But I felt like, after I started hanging out with like, older people and things like that, it was just like it was on. But you sit there, you live and you learn and you experience things and you understand why, certain things should not have taken place. But I also went through a phase where I was just always cutting my hair. Always cutting my hair. Like every chance I got, I would keep it like right here. And I just loved my short hair like that. It wasn't that my hair wasn't growing, because everyone's hair grows. It's just that I liked the short hair. It looked very nice on me and I was feeling it. But now, of course, I told you guys I wanted my hair to be waist length. So that is, to me, that's not a phase. That's the journey that I'm on, my hair journey. So that was another phase I went through. Another phase I ended up going through was I went through a couple different phases, some that I just won't discuss. But like I said before, guys, we all go through phases in life. Sometimes it's a phase, and sometimes, it starts off as a phase and we end up liking it, and that becomes a part of our life. But, we go through phases in life. We try new things. We see what works for us, or we see what doesn't work for us. And it's just a part of life. And I'm here today to tell you guys, you will go through certain phases, in your life. And who knows? Certain things might work for you. And you might be like, you know what? I like doing this. I'm going to do that again. Or you might be like, you know what? I tried it. It wasn't for me. Next. But how will you ever know what works for you if you don't go through that phase? if you don't experience it, if you don't see what you like versus what you don't like. Sometimes, sometimes people, I don't know why people have this belief that, a phase is just for children. That's not true, because even in your 40s and your 50s, there may still be things in your life that you thought about before that you just never did. But you might be at that age mentally where you like, you know what, I'm ready to try it now so I can see if that's what works for me and if that doesn't work for me. Some people go through, many different phases. It doesn't have to be, dating someone of the same sex or whatever the case may be. It could be anything out of the blue. A phase is just something that you're going through. You might be into it or you might not be into it. But the point is, you might have this notion in your mind where you want to try something and you like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try it and I'm going to see what works. I'm going to see if it works for me. And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. So just understand that in life, you will always be going through some type of phase. And if you do like it, then it's just going to become a part of your life, because for sure this is for you. And if you don't like it, then you can say, or you can keep it to yourself, or you can say, you know what, I tried that, it didn't work for me, and I moved on. So yeah, guys, just know that we go through phases in life. It doesn't matter what age you are, it's mentally where you at, and that's going to determine what your phase may be at that point in time. And that's what I truly believe, because even in my 30s, I know that I might go through certain phases. I might want to dye my hair a different color. I even went through a tattoo phase when my mother passed away 2 years ago. I actually started tatting myself up 2 years ago, shortly after my mom's passing. So that was a phase. And when I say that was a phase, I'm talking about when I first got my tattoos, like the first day I got a tattoo, I got a second one. Meaning that I got two on the first day. And then I went back like 2 weeks ago, then got two more, So to me, that was a phase I went through. I actually like being tatted, So I got one little tattoo, which is, I think this was my first one. And then this is my second one. No, this was my first one. This is my second one. So I got two small tattoos. Then I ended up going back and I got bigger ones because I actually liked, being tatted. And it just felt good to me. I like my skin to be tatted, and I'm not even finished yet. I'm actually gonna do a vlog about the tattoos that I have. So I'm not gonna show you guys all the tattoos I have right now. But I do have a couple, and I'm not done yet. But I'm just saying, like, we all go through different phases, man. And, who would have known? I've always wanted a tattoo. And I just was scared of the needle. And then once my mother passed away, I was just like, that was just something I went through. I was like, I guess it helped me to get through the pain of my mom's passing. So, and my brother's passing as well. So, yeah, I was just tatting myself up. I went through a phase with getting my piercings. I had my tongue pierced. I have my navel pierced. So, I had my ears up here pierced. I took that out, and I just got these. It's been 2 months now, maybe almost 3 months now. So everyone go through different phases. It's just a part of life. And I think it helps us to build better character, when you're not afraid to take a chance with the phase. Me, I'm like, you know what? If I have it in my mind that I want to do something or I want to try something new, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm bold enough. I like to live life. I like to experience different things. And I'm just wild like that. So not everyone is like that. Some people are more cautious. They want to be safe and they don't want to take a chance with life. They just want to, but I'm not like that. I like to get out of the shell. I like to go experience new things, and just see what works for me. How am I going to know if something works for me if I don't try it? So, yeah, guys, just understand that going through a phase is extremely normal, and I went through a phase where I wanted my hair to be a different color. So I ended up dyeing it. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of looking the same. It's time for a change. I went in there and I said, look, I wanted honey blonde. I walked out, honey blonde. So, I mean, it's just like, look, live your life, experience things. You know, if it's a phase you're going through, see what works for you. Don't just knock it because it doesn't work for someone else that you might have told that that's something you want to try. Do what works for you. And that's just my advice of the day when it comes to these phases that we're going to go through, because, you know, we're surrounded by so many different types of people, and you will get introduced to things that you never thought you would ever do. I've always known that I wanted tattoos, but I was so scared of the needle. I said, there's no way I'm letting them do that. But I got older, I matured, I was mentally prepared for what it is that I wanted to do. And I went in and I said, let's do it. You know? And probably within like 3 months, I would say I had like 7 tats. You know, and that's a lot for such a short period of time. Some people get 1 or 2 and then don't get another one for another 1 or 2, 3 years. Me, I was just like, I want another one. I want another one. I felt like I became addicted to the ink. And it's true. Like, people say when you get one, you're going to want another one. You know, I'm not afraid. So to me, it's like, look, if that's what I want to do, I'm going to do it. But I just had to vlog about that, guys. Just understand that you're going to go through different phases. Some people go through eating phases where they just, you know, they love to eat certain types of food. Or some people go through phases where they sleep a lot and, you know, maybe their body is just trying to regenerate from whatever. You know, you just never know. But understand that it's normal. We're humans. We will go through phases in life. And it's just something that you can't necessarily run from. Because even if it's a phase that you want to try and you never did, it's always going to be in the back of your mind. You know, you might see certain things that might bring it back up until you try it and see if it works for you. You know, and it could be the best experience that ever happened to you just giving it a shot. You never know. It's all about how you look at things. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you understand that phases are normal and it will happen and it is what it is. And just make the absolute best of it and just have fun with your life and live. Be free. But like I always say, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And of course, visit my website at shoploveronline.com. Until next time, guys. If you guys have any stories about any phases you may have experienced, let me know in the comment below. But I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Peace.